Lisa wakes up in complete darkness. Her chest hurts, and she is breathing heavily. She quickly moves her hands to feel around her. She realizes she is not in her bed, not even in a normal room. She is trapped inside a metal box, something like an iron bunker. When she looks down, she notices that she is wearing a strange suit. On her wrist, there is a heavy watch locked tightly. The watch shows an 11-minute timer, and no matter how hard she tries, it won't come off. Lisa can't remember how she ended up here. Just a few hours ago, she had been lying in the middle of a road ready to end her life. She had wanted to die, but when she saw a car coming toward her, fear took over. She quickly changed her mind, stood up, and moved to the side of the road. The driver of the car did not stop to help her. He just kept driving as if he hadn't seen her at all. Her life was filled with pain. That day was especially hard for her because it was her daughter's birthday, but her daughter had already passed away. Lisa felt completely alone in the world. A few minutes later, the same car that had ignored her came back. The driver, a man named Adam, rolled down his window and asked if she's okay. Lisa replied, "She's fine." Adam then told her that the nearest city was very far from that lonely road. He offered her a ride, and Lisa agreed. She got into his car. During the drive, Adam asked why she was in such a deserted area. Lisa explained she was trying to die because of grief of her daughter's death, and she wanted to see her daughter again. At that moment, Lisa turned on the car radio. A news report was playing. The reporter said that a serial killer was on the loose in the nearby forest and had already killed 2 young women that morning. The police didn't have a photo of the murderer, but they knew he was a fair-skinned man with a brown car and a cross mark on his right hand. Lisa's heart almost stopped. The man sitting next to her, Adam, matched that exact description. She looked at his right hand and saw the cross mark. Panic filled her mind. Before she could do anything, Adam suddenly slammed on the brakes. Lisa's head hit the dashboard hard and she lost consciousness. When she woke up again, she found herself trapped inside a strange metal bunker with strong iron walls. She screamed and called for help, but no one came. Feeling hopeless, Lisa sat in a corner and cried. Then suddenly, a door in the bunker opened. She saw a tunnel on the other side with a faint light shining from the end of it. Lisa realized that if she wanted to escape, she had to go through that tunnel. She quickly crawled inside. But as soon as she entered, the door behind her closed automatically. Fear filled her heart. Now she was trapped again. The watch on her wrist began to beep, and the 11-minute timer started counting down. Lisa understood that she had only 11 minutes to escape before something terrible would happen. She started crawling as fast as she could toward the light, but the door at the end of the tunnel began to close slowly. Lisa pushed herself harder, but by the time she reached the end, the door had already shut completely. She began crying again, feeling hopeless. Then she noticed another, smaller tunnel beside the closed door. The passage was very narrow, but it was her only chance. Lisa gathered all her courage and squeezed herself through the small tunnel. After struggling for a while, she finally reached a new place that looked like a platform with 2 paths, one going up and one going down. Not knowing which way to go, she chose the upper path and started crawling forward on her knees. But soon, the floor below began to rise slowly. She realized in horror that if she didn't move fast, the bottom floor would crush her against the ceiling. Panicking, Lisa crawled faster and faster. Just as the gap was about to close completely, her hand reached the tunnel's end. She pulled herself out at the very last second and escaped death once again. She escaped being crushed and breathed a sigh of relief. But she didn't realize that her troubles were far from over. The path ahead was even more dangerous. Just then, her watch began to beep. It was an alarm, warning her that half her time had already passed. She now had only 5 minutes left. Without wasting a moment, she started moving again. After walking a short distance, she noticed someone lying on the ground. When she got closer, she saw it wasn't a living person. It was a burnt body in terrible condition. On its wrist was the same kind of watch Lisa was wearing. She immediately understood that this person must have been trying to escape from the tunnel, just like her, but failed and died. This realization broke her hope of survival. Still, she gathered her courage, pushed the corpse aside, and continued forward. When she looked at her watch again, only 2 minutes were left. Suddenly, a thick iron bar fell from above and blocked her way. At the same time, several heating pipes came out from the tunnel walls and started glowing red hot. Lisa was terrified. She knew she would soon end up like the burnt corpse. Panicked and unsure of what to do, she suddenly noticed a small section of the wall open behind her. She quickly crawled into it. The moment she got inside, a glass door shut behind her, sealing the space. When the timer on her watch reached 0, flames burst from the heating pipes like fountains, setting the tunnel ablaze within seconds. Lisa, trapped inside that glass chamber, remained safe. Her life was saved. After a while, the fire stopped, and the pipes went back into the walls. The glass door opened, but Lisa hesitated to step out, still shaken by what she had seen. However, the walls behind her started pushing her forward, forcing her back into the tunnel. As soon as she was out, her watch automatically restarted a new timer, this time for 11 minutes. Lisa moved forward again, but soon the ceiling of the tunnel began to collapse, blocking her path and leaving only a small space for her to crawl through. Feeling helpless and hopeless, she started crying. Then she glanced at her watch. Time was running out. She realized that when the timer hit 0 again, the tunnel would fill with fire once more, burning her alive. After some distance, the tunnel suddenly ended, opening into a large water tank. Exhausted and thirsty, Lisa drank some water with her hands and lay there for a moment to rest. When she checked her watch, only 8 minutes were left. She saw no other way but to dive into the water. Taking a deep breath, she went in. The tank was huge and she had no idea which direction to go. She searched for an exit underwater but found none. The entry point behind her had also closed. Her breath was running out when suddenly, a door opened at the top of the tank. Lisa swam up quickly and came out through that door, gasping for air. Though tired, she kept moving forward, but her body could no longer handle the exhaustion. She collapsed and started losing consciousness. Just then, a loud scream echoed through the tunnel. Someone was shouting for help. Hearing this, Lisa's will to survive returned. She followed the voice and soon reached an iron grid. A short distance away, behind another grid, she saw a man. He was also wearing a suit and a watch like hers. Lisa shouted, "We're both trapped here. If we help each other, we can get out alive." But the man had clearly lost his sanity from being trapped too long. He switched between cursing Lisa and apologizing. Then he started laughing madly, saying, "They'll be back soon. They'll kill both of us." Lisa suddenly noticed a 60-second countdown starting on his watch. The heating pipes came out of the walls again, and a small rescue chamber opened in the middle of the tunnel, but there was only enough space for one person. The iron grid separating them disappeared, and both Lisa and the man sprinted toward the chamber. They reached it at the same time and began fighting fiercely to get inside. They pushed, punched, and kicked each other, each desperate to live. In the final seconds, just before the timer hit 0, Lisa kicked the man out of the chamber, saving herself once again. The man screamed in pain as his hand was cut off. Lisa's eyes fell on his hand. There was a tattoo of a cross on it. Seeing that mark, Lisa realized that the man was Adam, the serial killer who had made her unconscious in the car. At that moment, everything became clear to her. She had thought Adam was the one who had trapped her here, but now she understood she was wrong. Adam himself was about to die. Just then, the 11-minute timer on Lisa's watch ran out. The heating pipes started releasing intense flames, and within seconds, Adam was burned to ashes. Watching his horrible death with her own eyes, Lisa trembled in fear. After a short while, a small tunnel opened in the chamber, and a strange robot came out. Its face looked like a terrifying skull. However, the robot didn't harm Lisa. Instead, it healed her injured knee. Lisa, still frightened, asked who it was and why she had been brought here. In response, a mechanical tool came out from the robot's mouth and connected to Lisa's suit. As soon as it did, flashes of memory returned to her mind. She remembered everything: how she had been in the car with Adam, how she discovered his true identity, how they had fought, and how Adam had stabbed her in the chest before throwing her out of the car. At that moment, she remembered seeing a bright white light from the sky. And then she woke up in the place she was now. Lisa finally understood that the aliens had saved her life from the monster Adam and brought her to this strange place. But before she could ask more, the robot left without explaining why they had brought her there. Lisa now realized that whoever these beings were, they didn't want to kill her. They wanted her to complete this deadly game, and only then would she be able to escape. When she stepped out of the chamber, she saw Adam's severed hand lying nearby. Under the timer on his watch, there were strange symbols. Lisa guessed that those marks might show the way out. Just then, Lisa saw a huge steel fan spinning toward her. At the very last moment, she managed to dodge it and save herself. Now, with only 9 minutes left on her timer, she crawled through a dark tunnel. As she moved forward slowly, a horrifying humanoid creature appeared in the faint blue light. It clung to the wall like an insect. Its body looked half burnt and half stone, with a single glowing eye in the center of its face. Lisa froze in fear, staring at it. The creature didn't move at first, so she tried to quietly crawl past it. But the moment she did, it suddenly came to life and started chasing her. Terrified, Lisa crawled as fast as she could and squeezed through a narrow gap into the next section of the tunnel. The creature couldn't fit through and stopped there. Lisa entered a larger, bright white room. The walls around her showed images from her life, from her childhood to the moment she gave birth to her daughter. She also saw the painful memory of how her own carelessness had caused her daughter's death. Overwhelmed with guilt and sadness, Lisa burst into tears. Suddenly, she saw the same creature again, but this time it revealed its true form. It was Adam. He dropped down from the ceiling, trying to attack her again. Lisa managed to escape just in time and ran into another tunnel. At the end of this tunnel, she saw something that filled her heart with hope: the shining blue sky. Freedom was right there in front of her. Gaining new courage, she started crawling toward it. But to reach the exit, she had to pass through a path covered in sharp, thorny wires. Her watch showed only 60 seconds remaining. The heating pipes came out of the walls again, ready to release fire once the timer ended. Without wasting a moment, Lisa crawled under the thorns. The wires cut deep into her skin, tearing her back open and making her bleed heavily. In unbearable pain, she kept crawling toward the sky. Meanwhile, Adam hid inside a safety chamber behind her. Lisa's strength was fading fast. Her vision blurred and blood dripped from her wounds. When the timer hit 0, fire burst out again, filling the tunnel. But just before it reached her, a trapdoor opened below, and Lisa fell into another chamber and fainted. When she woke up, she realized she was back at the same place where her journey had begun. Frustrated and heartbroken, she cried. The mechanical robot from before descended from the ceiling again and began scanning her wounds. Lisa looked up at it, and with a weak smile, told it to leave her alone. A long, sharp needle extended from its mouth and injected something into her shoulder. While this was happening, Lisa used her own blood to draw the same symbols she had once seen on Adam's bracelet onto the wall. She soon realized that those marks formed a map. Following the directions from the markings, she began her journey again. This time, she carefully followed the correct paths and hid in safe spots whenever the fire returned. After traveling through several of her previous routes, she reached a passage filled with a glowing, acidic green liquid. She dipped her watch into it, melting the outer case. To her shock, she discovered the same symbols from Adam's hand were also hidden beneath her own skin. Lisa followed the new directions shown on her hand. But soon, Adam started chasing her again. Thinking quickly, she threw her pink, glowing watch in another direction to distract him. And it worked. She then reached a strange area where the tunnel walls looked like they were made of living flesh, with shadowy hands moving underneath. She picked up her watch again. Only 1 minute remained. Adam crawled in after her, trying to stop her once more. Lisa fought back fiercely, hiding in a small chamber and flipping the hatch shut. But suddenly, the glass hatch opened again, and Adam lunged toward her. Lisa kicked him hard, sending him falling into another section below, where his body was crushed to pieces. Lisa crawled forward into a new blue-lit room. Her watch timer reset once more. There, she saw the ghostly image of her daughter, Nina. Overwhelmed by emotion, Lisa began crying and apologizing for not being there for her. The apparition of Nina said gently, to not cry, and they will be staying together from now. She tried to lead Lisa away, but Lisa stopped her. Realizing this wasn't her real daughter, her real Nina was gone. Lisa told the spirit that she had reached her destination and couldn't follow her anymore. Nina gave her one last emotional hug before fading away. Lisa continued crawling toward the final tunnel, the one that led outside. Just as she was about to escape, a series of sharp metal cutters appeared at the tunnel's opening. She had to time her movements perfectly to pass through each one. Lisa bravely crawled forward, barely dodging every deadly blade. But at the final cutter, her half ankle was severed. Despite the agony, she dragged herself toward the blue light, only to discover that the sky was fake. It was just a digital screen. Broken and hopeless, Lisa finally stopped resisting. She accepted her fate and waited for death. But instead of dying, her body slowly began to float. The next moment, she was transported to a peaceful forest with a waterfall. There, she saw Nina once again. Lisa asked, if she is dead? Nina smiled softly and said, yes, her body has died many times already, and she have been trapped in the infinite time loop and repeatedly trying to escape. Lisa then asked, what was she supposed to do here? Nina replied, here, she just have to live, nothing else. It was then revealed that this new place wasn't Earth at all, but another world, a calm, beautiful paradise like heaven. And with that, Lisa's painful and emotional journey finally came to an end. Please subscribe for more.